Father, you're back.
It seems so.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
So I just disappear from the screen.
That's right.
Martin, I think it's really interesting that you raise up the importance of the Franciscans right after the terrible tragedy with the economic downturn, Florence, whatever, and then the Black Plague. And we're having the same thing happen now. So it's, thank you for that.
I think that crisis, according to me, was the more similar crisis
Yes.
to the current one.
Yeah.
And the reaction of the Franciscans that, according to many authors, they gave a big contribution to the new market economy, not capitalistic.
Yeah, right.
Market, social market economy.
Yeah.
It was decisive, stressing the importance of community.
Yeah.
Ties. So I think that is very illustrative also for today. I think so.
Is there something a resource to go to get that information that you just described?
I published a book about that.
You did?
I published a book that is also in 6 languages, I think.
There it is.
In Fraternal Economy. This one speaks about how the Franciscans in those times gave a big contribution trying to overcome the socio-economical crisis that started there. The basic idea of my presentation is this. We have to change our mentality. Mental ecology comes first, physical ecology. We have to change our conception of the human being and of reality. In my book, I used these 2 expressions. Reality is a web of life. And I put into relationship the web of life with life in the web. For me, there are 2 expressions of the same thing. Because at the beginning of everything, there is a community. The community of Father, Son, and Spirit. Everything has been created to be in a network, to get to communion and community. Communication is true only when it gets to communion and builds community. So digital media facilitate collaboration. In this way, when digital media communication is not fake news, but facilitates communication, it is reinforcing the web of life. Life in the web is reinforcing the web of life. Digital technologies can facilitate collaboration and respectful dialogue at various levels. There are some scientific sciences that studied this. For instance, media ecology. Media ecology considers the media as environments and studies the important influence they have on the way we think, feel, and behave. They create an environment that surrounds us and shapes our perception of cognition. Don't think that the media are instruments. The media are not instruments, are an ambience. We are inside the environment they create. They give us the symbolic structure within and through which we encode, decode, and otherwise ideate and talk about what we sense or know about the world around us. So it is, there are a very close relationship. The whole of reality is a network of life, which has its origins in the Trinitarian communion and is oriented towards it. Society also is a network of relationships, fruit of our intrinsic sociability. Therefore, everything that exists is closely related. And this web of life reflects in our life in the web. When human beings communicate in the physical and digital spheres, They are reflecting and reinforcing the basic dynamisms of all reality. It's not something external, instrumental. It's something that comes with our being. We are all immersed in the ecosystem with the digital era has made possible. I like this expression by Pope Benedict. Current technologies, information and communication technologies, can lead us to establish narcissistic relationships and to anxiously seek pointless fun, but also, if used wisely, they can contribute to the satisfaction of the desire for meaning, truth, and unity, which remains the most profound aspirations of each human being. So this close relationship, I think it is important. Getting to the conclusion, the Church reminds us that the earth is our common home and that everything is related. Therefore, greed and selfishness are nonsense. Unfortunately, today we are more connected, but more alone. There is a study that shows that in 15 years, the number of close friends for every people has gone from 3 to 2. So more connected, but more alone. Technology has greatly increased material goods and worldwide connectivity, but individualism is also growing. We have to change this. In our society, we breathe this mentality of conflict, of perennial conflict. For instance, in economics, a war of interests as the most effective way to foster progress. Business is business. Or as Wall Street said, Gordon, greed is good, greed is right. Your death is my life. In politics, a perpetual arms race is supported to secure peace. Si vis pacem, para bellum. If you like peace, prepare war. In medicine, holistic medical treatments are left aside to promote a direct fight against pathogens. At the communication level, fake news are used as weapons to hurt and nullify opponents. Also at the sociocultural level, homogenization is forced to get rid of any uncomfortable diversity. This is the most normal mentality in many people. Even if we see internet, we find out that collaboration is so important. We have to change this mentality. Evolution was not the result of a fight. Evolution is the result mainly of collaboration. Our being in society is not because we are selfish. We need others, of course, but because we have so much to give. Our being in social networks is an expression of our intrinsic sociability, even if sometimes we don't use them very rightly. So the web of life goes together with life in the web. Being in network is our natural way of living. If we want to survive, we have to be in network. Otherwise, any virus will come and will destroy all of us. But even we have to recuperate the sense of sickness, the sense of the death. For Francis, death was a sister. Being together with nature means to embrace also the negative aspects, to find a sense to everything. We have to learn how to narrate, how to find a sense to everything that happens. We are followers of somebody that died in the cross. This conception that stresses separation, sometimes we have that when we see at our lives. We are not able to put together everything, even on success. So I think that being ecological is to be able to embrace the whole of reality, even our fragility, even our unsuccesses, to find a sense, to be sure that our history is in the hands of somebody who loves us. Thank you.
It's very clear that you have much to offer, and I would encourage people to go to your website where you've listed a number of books in different languages